Not yet.
It's trying to prep up the video. Brill, would you mute your microphone? Hello, my name is markmonlux, and I'm going to be your host today for Commission Con. I want to thank everybody who's joined us today. This is an interesting experiment. What we're going to be doing is taking about 4 or 5 minutes for each Artist Alley person to show off their wares. You'll find their descriptions down below in the doobly-doo of the YouTube video, hopefully. Each person will then take this and post it on their social media. So that's the whole game plan. First up, we have Matt Youngmark. Go ahead, Matt.
Thank you, Mark. Welcome to Commission Con. I'm not doing commissions. I'm Matt Youngmark, author and illustrator. These are all my books. And I have set up my whole convention situation today so that you can, hold on, I gotta flip my thing. Very prepared. Okay, so that you can pretend that you're at a real convention. Let's get started. I am an author and illustrator. My most recent book is Robot the Robot. It's a children's book. It's my new children's book. It's appropriate for kids as young as 4 or 5 if you're reading it to them. I'd say up to 7 or 8 who are going to read themselves. It's a fully illustrated children's book. It's about a helper robot named Robot. Robot is, throughout the job, learns a bunch of different things about making friends and about trying new things and all that kind of stuff. Robot also is non-binary because Robot's not a boy or a girl. Robot's a robot. So the book does teach like the singular they pronouns. If you want to get your kids started so they don't grow old like me and then have to like refigure everything out, they can just learn now, and it's great. So this is Robot. It's available as a hardcover or a paperback or an ebook, and the ebooks are actually super rad because is that showing up? It's really not. Anyway, the ebooks are super rad because there's my light. Because they have the definitions in there. The book has definitions that you can, like, when the word's in bold, go to the back of the book to look up the definition of a word, like it's a science word. But then the ebook, you just double tap on it and it comes up on the screen. That's rad. Anyway, that's my brand new book. My last series before this was Arabella Grimsborough. This is my YA series. YA with a very hard A because Arabella is very foul-mouthed. She curses like a sailor. It's a trilogy, and it's about a 15-year-old girl who gets trapped in public domain literature. So the first one, she goes to Oz. She has, as I said, a foul mouth and a bad attitude, doesn't take any crap off any munchkins. It's like reading The Wizard of Oz. They've had way more F-bombs. This is appropriate, I'd say, for like 15 and up, or any kid. Like, plot-wise, there's nothing in there that's not in the original Wizard of Oz. She just, like, yeah, swears. She thinks everything's fucking bullshit and not afraid to say so. The book 2 is Arabella Grimsborough, Warlord of Mars. This is from Grace Burroughs' first Mars Barsoom book. After she gets stuck in Oz, she winds up on Mars. Like, she does the whole thing with the hurricane and the tornado and thinks she's going to wind back home. No, she winds up on Mars. Does not, like, as much as she hated Oz, Mars is like 10 times worse because Barsoom sucks for a 15-year-old girl. Book 3 is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. She's trapped in a submarine for the whole thing. You can imagine how that goes. Not great. The trilogy is also available as an ebook, as a big old collection with all the books together. This print book is not out yet, but it'll be out soon, and it's available as an ebook. And brand new, just came out this week, audiobook, book 1. So you can go to Audible, listen to it. It's read by Folly Lane. She's great. And yeah, check it out there. My last series before that, there goes my lamp. Choose-O-Matic books. They're choose your own adventure books for grown-ups. Actually, I call them grown-ups because they're not like the old ones that were like for little kids. These ones I probably 13 and up. Like language is ass, crap, and damn. There's no sex at all. There are some like adult situations, like you could choose to keep drinking until you pass out. Spoiler alert, not the best way to survive the zombie apocalypse. So book 1 is Zombocalypse Now. It's novel length, so it's got like 300 pages or so. There's scattered illustrations in there. I did the drawings too. Find
1 minute, Mark.
What's that? 1 minute?
1 minute.
Okay, 112 possible endings, 7 of which you don't die. Book 2, Thrust of Justice, Superheroes. You find one of 80 possible endings. Wait, I'm sorry. Wait a minute, I lost it. One of 80, okay, 90 possible endings, 81 humiliating deaths. Book 3 is Time Travel Dinosaur. You play the time traveling dinosaur, self-explanatory. Find one of 76 endings or get stuck in a time loop, literally read the book forever. I also have some collections of comic strips called Conspiracy Friends. It's a world where all conspiracies are true, but only like all the cool conspiracies that I think are hilarious. None of the crappy stuff. All right. Thanks for coming to my booth and enjoy Commission Con.
Thank you, Matt Youngmark. Everybody give a round of hand to Matt. Next up is Donna Barr. Are you ready, Donna?
I'm ready, and that's a hard act to follow. Love the booth. Okay, I've been in the comics since '86. If you actually want to see my whole booth, and I know we've got this great big long link for me, but I'm Donna Barr. I'm under Donna Barr everywhere, including donnabarr.com, which will link you to the bookstore, where you can find things like the whole Stintz series in great big chunky collections like this, which I think a lot of those are electronic as well. The Desert Peach has been fully collected in 2 different volumes. The latest book is Mary Mary, which is about how the Virgin Mary got away with something. I had a lot of fun doing Bible studies. After Dead is the Desert Peach character in 2 volumes so far, about his afterlife, where he's dead. And it's a world where our dead are living with other people's live people. They can't stand us because we're impossible. And this one's in full color. And printed up very nice on Amazon, but all the links are up. Yes, I am available for commissions. I've been working with all kinds of book illustrations. I illustrated the Old Traveler series. I've illustrated games, books, whatever. So commissions are definitely available from me. And other than saying go to donnabarr.com, I've just got so many links to art galleries and books, and I refreshed it today, so the bookstore's got even more stuff in it. And that's all the information you really need to know. You go there and you've got everything you need. I know that wasn't very long, but it's like my art lessons. The reason I cannot teach art is I tell everybody just pick up a pencil and draw everything you see for 20 years. That's the whole art lesson.
Well, thank you, Donna. That just put us ahead of schedule.
I know how important that is.
Next up, Anique Zimmer.
Hey, everybody. Sorry I don't have an amazing booth video, but Mark, would you mind sharing your screen with my, go ahead and start out with my Gumroad.
Oh,
yeah, I'm Anique Zimmer. I'm local to Tacoma, same as our host, Mark Monlux.
Give me a moment, Anique. I don't have your Gumroad up. I'm sorry, I'm behind the times here.
Oh, it's okay. I was going to introduce myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an illustrator and printmaker in Tacoma. I've been working with a lot of risograph printing lately, and I have my own printers at home. And Mark's working on the link, but we're going to pull up my Gumroad account, which has my digital work.
Just a moment. And almost there.
Once we take a look at that, I'll go to my online store for all the physical art prints and zines and other goodies that I have on the Rock Paper Riso shop. That's my risograph printer business.
Okay, I have the site pulled up. Should I click on this Fun Size Intro to Self-Publishing zine?
Yes, please. So this zine is one that I made as part of my project with the Tacoma Arts Initiative. And it's free or pay what you can. It's a little introduction to doing your own self-publishing with zines, or I'm focusing on zines because that's a very popular and easy format that people can do, and there's a lot to have fun with. And this book kind of breaks down in little bite-sized pieces how you would go about doing that, because it can seem really overwhelming. And so And so I decided to write a little book about my process and what helps me in case it helps anybody else. All right. Oh, and it's told by a little cat and a crow. Want to pull up the store?
Okay, here I am at the store. How do I get
the-
past here?
Oh, the Square store.
Oh, the Square store. Hang
Yeah.
on a moment.
So that's let's see. So my shop up on Square is also includes some art by other people, since it's for my risograph press, Rock Paper Riso. I'm not doing any new work on it currently, just because of the pandemic. A lot of my sales were done at small local events, but I'm currently uploading a lot more on my online store, and there's a sale going on right now. You can use the offer code PRINTISUNDEAD to get a discount. And I've got movie posters that I made for the Grand, other art prints. I've got a few copies of the Akira fanzine that I contributed to, cards, and go ahead and scroll down to that last item there, Mark. That last item down there is these relief prints that I did. I'm doing a sale to benefit the Okra Project. All proceeds of those sales go to the mutual aid fund. I really like that one. But yeah, they're the Raven Stealing the Sun, and the Year of the Rooster prints that I did. Go ahead and take a look at, go ahead and check out one of the movie posters, Mark.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one of the movie posters that I did for the Grand Cinema for the screening of Takashi Miike's First Love this last year. I'll eventually be uploading a few more, but I've been trying to take nicer and more interesting product photos.
Okay, Anique, we're done with your time slot.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Next up, we have Travis Bundy. Travis, are you ready to go?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go. Except it seems to be on Greg.
On Greg.
It was on him for a second. Anyway. Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Travis, and I'm a local Tacoma born and raised artist. I do mostly movie posters. I had a comic company for a very long time. Stopped doing that to focus more on doing posters of films that I really liked, that I didn't really think got a great poster art. So because I was always a fan of people like Drew Struzan and Amsel, those things changed my life as a kid, and I wanted to kind of try and do something like that where you're kind of telling a whole story, introducing a lot of characters, and kind of painting a picture of an entire film in one image. So the best thing probably would be share my screen here. So everybody seeing this? Cool.
Yes.
Cool. So this is my website, Thoughtbox, The Art of Travis Bundy. It's thoughtboxcomics.com. That's probably the best way to reach me. If you do want commissions, I do take commissions. That's the best way to reach me. You can also reach me on any of my social medias, Instagram, under Bundy Mania. You can reach me on Facebook under my name, just Travis Bundy. Just look for the picture of the blue demon with my face and my hair. yeah, basically, this is the kind of stuff that I really like to do. I love doing movie posters. I've done a lot of posters for Friday Night Frights, which is a local Tacoma-based horror movie series. Unfortunately, was kind of terminated by the things that have been going on right now. But hopefully, it'll come back soon, and I can't wait to do more posters. I also do a lot of these video game inspired posters, where basically I get to cast every member of the film and do the layout for old video games that I really love that I thought should get good movies. And then, I got stuff like Krull, because, who doesn't want a Krull poster? Yeah, so, this is basically the style that I work in. And if you like any of the things you're seeing here, I sell all of these on my Etsy store, which is under Travis Bundy Art. All of these are there. I have it all laid out pretty easy to navigate. Have a lot of movie posters. I do a series of retro Star Trek prints. They're mini prints. You can get all 9 of them. If you can't choose, you get all 9 of them for basically buy 2 get 1 free. So 2/3 of the price. I have a lot of stickers too, which are seeming to be very, very popular right now. So yeah, UHF sticker, Game Grumps, which is like one of my favorite YouTube shows. The Crow sticker is by far and away my most popular item. I can't keep them on the shelves. So, but yeah, the posters are definitely the big thing that I prefer to do. So, and again, like I said, I do take commissions. I do, all this kind of stuff. It is 100% digital, and I can either send you a file or get it printed and mailed directly to you. So feel free to reach out. And that's all. That's all I got.
Well, thank you very much, Travis. Let's see. Next up is Mark Brill.
There we go. Hang on, I had to turn my sound on. So you want me to talk or something? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Talk away, Mark. Do your spiel. Share screens.
Yeah, I got nothing. No, I'm kidding. Hang on, let me put on my hat. That's what I'm using today instead of a fez. Okay, so hello, my name is Mark Brill. I'm an illustrator, cartoonist, caricature artist, yada, yada, yada. My info. But I've done a lot of work over the last 30 years, different kinds of drawings and paintings and illustrations. I do a lot of commissions where because I've done magic cards, Magic the Gathering. Grab one of those to show you. And here's one that was just republished again recently. It's my welding jar card. I get, whenever they publish one of my cards, I get a big packet of blank backed ones. And then on those blank backed ones, I do commissions such as this. So it's a hand-drawn card on the back of one of these. So it features that character. I've got some other ones I've done, just things like that. Some color ones, some black and white ones. I also have done some comics and everything. This is a little comic that I've done for myself. It's called Dogwood Tales. It's the Old West, but with dogs. Because, the world was crying out for that. And a long time ago, I did this cheesy old black and white book called Platypus Rex. It's about a vampire hunting platypus because everyone needs a hobby. And going way, way back is, well, actually, that was going pretty far back. Going less far back I did some I did some covers for Star Trek Deep Space Nine comics. That's sort of the old stuff.
1 minute.
1 minute? Boy, that goes fast, doesn't it? Okay, well, I do a lot of prints. And artwork and stuff like that. I've got a few originals for sale, things like that. I do, drawings on blank cover comics. And I have the occasional, oh, here we go. Hang on, sorry. Here's the that actually drawn on. It's, Black Panther and stuff like that. Anyway. And about it. And drawings and Potter mine, that. So that is me. That is who I am.
Okay, great. So, Mark, if you'll mute your microphone, John Draper is.
I don't really have a showstopper for that. After that, everybody's.
Mark, you can go ahead and mute your microphone.
I'm sorry, you first.
Oh, everybody's gone.
No, Mark's frozen.
Go ahead, John. It's your turn to do your presentation.
Okay. I'm sorry I'm late. I spaced out for all about this. And I was laying in bed playing with my kitten, and all of a sudden it hit me. So, yikes. So, and then just right at that time, is the same time Mark sent me an email, a text and said, "Where the hell are you?" So here I am. A little bit about me. I met Mark about 17 years ago during my first stint as a freelance writer. I left REI. I was shown the door at REI where I was a writer. And I met Mark. Somehow I got hooked into a networking group, and we met down on Ruston at Katy Downs. And Mark and I kind of hit it off, so we became friends. And then I got a job at. So my freelance lasted about 2.5 years. And then I got a job at a staffing company called True Blue, based in downtown Tacoma. They're a nationwide company, but they're based in Tacoma, and writing for them. And it was right around that time that that was about, well, let me rephrase that. Right around the age of 50, I'm 61 now, right around the age of 50, I decided it was time to start working on my novel. And I couldn't do it before that because my kids were too little. My kids were finally all out of the house. And so I started work on my novel. I sat down and said, as most first-time novelists sit down and say, is what the hell am I going to write about? And so many times you're encouraged with as a novelist, sort of say, what if X happened? What if X character ran into X event in their life? What would transpose? So at the time, I was a Christian. I'm not a Christian anymore. And my church buddy and I got the idea that we would start studying Mormonism together because we wanted to be able to confront the Mormon missionaries who came to our door. So we started looking at Mormonism and learning about it. And in case, I hope there's not a Mormon on this group because I don't want to offend anyone, but Mormonism is really wacky. And I just couldn't help make fun of it. I made fun of it. I denigrated Mormons, so on and so forth. But all of a sudden it hit me. That's my job. My novel is going to be about a Mormon missionary who goes insane on his mission and starts hearing voices, as you do with schizophrenia, and seeing visions, as you do with schizophrenia, and he takes them to be messages from God, and it goes from there. And I should say that the book took me about 8 years to write. The name of the book is A Danger to God Himself. The book took me about 8 years to write. which seems long, I know, but that's the nature of a first novel, I guess. I don't know, I've only done one. And during that process, I went to a Mormon church undercover just as part of research. And that's when I got to know Mormons more and see them as real human beings. And all of a sudden, it occurred to me, well, not all of a sudden, slowly it dawned on me that I was just like them, that I only believed what I believed because I'd been told to believe it. And so over a period, it took a number of years.
You have 1 minute to wrap up now.
3 or 4 years, I finally lost my religion, and I'm an atheist now. And I'm just about to start work on my second book. Don't know what it is going to be. And that's about it.
Well, thank you, John. So you can find out, John has a blog, and besides his book being on Amazon, John, what's the name of your blog?
The name of the blog is John Draper, author. Oops, excuse me.
John, you've muted yourself, so we're just going to go ahead and move on to Kris. Oh, John, go ahead and mute yourself back on again, and now it's time for Kris to talk.
Great.
Hello. Hi. I want to thank you for the honor of including me in this commission con. Writing is show business for shy people, usually, but I'll do my best. By way of intro, I'm Kris M Smith, and I'm an author, a copy, content, and features writer whose writing career was launched by my favorite actor, DeForest Kelley, 51 years ago. Dee later became a very dear friend and my mentor. So naturally, my first books, I wanted to honor him after he passed away. My first books were about him. The one that's most popular is DeForest Kelley, A Harvest of Memories. DeForest Kelley, Up Close and Personal, A Harvest of Memories from the Fan Who Knew Him Best. And I did a follow-up one. That's available at Amazon. I also have it as an audiobook, and I narrated it, and it includes 15 or 20 minutes of actual phone messages from the Kelleys. Just the audio one does. And then I did another follow-up called The Enduring Legacy of DeForest Kelley for the 10th anniversary of his passing, that are the reminiscences of other fans whose lives were altered and changed or just inspired by his example. People who went into space, people who became doctors or nurses or whatever. They all had a lot of great information to share. And then I ended up last year writing a series of 6 called Kelley Phone Tag. 6 volumes, because everybody who read the Up Close and Personal wanted everything, every interaction I'd ever had with the Kelleys. And I realized I had this phone log of more than 1,000 phone messages that I'd had with the Kelleys. So I went into all of those, and I'm sitting everything down. So I went into all the phone logs and ended up with 6 volumes, almost a half a million words of phone messages that we'd shared together. Because there's a whole lot in phone messages that couldn't go into the book. You wouldn't have been able to lift the thing. So my next most popular book, whoa, where is it? It's probably Womb Man, How I Survived Growing Up in a Booby-Trapped World. It's my transgender story, and I just had my chest masculinized, so I finally got rid of that subtitle off my chest. That is my transgender life story. Doctors and therapists are sharing this with their patients and the loved ones of transgender people to help them navigate the waters. So hopefully we don't lose family members over the fact that they've come out as transgender. Then I have 3 self-help books, and they are yay sayers, the good guys. We seem to have the good guides. We usually end up listening to the naysayers in our lives, the people who are afraid for us instead of the people who truly, truly believe in us. And I wanted to write a book for teenagers about, listen, I know your parents were trying to protect you and they're scared for you and they maybe don't want you to go into the careers that you want to go into because it's, you know, it's risky and it's scary. But like everybody on this convention gathering knows, it's also one of the most wonderful things you can do for yourself and for others is to be genuinely yourself and to follow your own passions. So I wrote this for teenagers. I have another one called Settle for Best, Satisfy the Winner You Were Born to Be. And that's a book for people who are unemployed, underemployed, and can't get back to work, letting them know, you know, you have something that you can do. And if you work as hard for yourself as you would for other people, you can probably be a success. So that's what this is all about. And then I have another one called Become Shamelessly, Fearlessly You, How to Stop Hiding in Plain Sight. And that's pretty self-explanatory. I have I have a book of humor about being a floating secretary in Hollywood, because when I was in Hollywood, I worked in the entertainment industry. And this is kind of like Lucy Ricardo in Hollywood, all the silly things, funny things that probably should have got me fired, but didn't. That's what this is about.
You have about 30 seconds to wrap up.
Okay. And then I have 2 animal-related books. One is Serval Sun, Spots and Stripes Forever, what it's like to own and be owned by a wildcat for 17 years. And then I have Let No Day Dawn That the Animals Cannot Share. And that's a book of prose and poetry about my many interactions with animals, tame and wild, including entertainment animals in the entertainment industry. So that's it. I did it in under 5.
Nice. Way to go, Kris.
I want to wish you all happy, healthy holidays, and please stay safe and well.
Okay. Thank you, Kris. If you'll mute your microphone now, we'll go on to Greg Smith. Greg, you're up.
Hello, everyone. My name is Greg Smith. I'm a writer and a podcaster. Most people know me for my work on the Junior Braves the Apocalypse book series that I write with my friend Mike Tanner, and it is illustrated by Zach Lehner. This is book number 1, and we have book number 2 out as well. They are young adult books, graphic novels. They are they're beautifully done, as you can see on the inside. But they're a nice middle reader. The content is great for all ages, though. So a young person can pick it up and read it, and as well as an adult, because there's a lot of fun stuff that we threw in there to pepper it along the way to make it enjoyable for young and old alike. Most recently, we just worked with Renegade Games to put out an expansion for their ongoing game book series, tabletop role-playing game, Kids on Bikes, to go in line with Junior Braves the Apocalypse. It is the Junior Braves the Apocalypse survival guide for the Kids on Bikes game series rule set. We worked with Gremlin Legions to basically make our book into a game. So the best way to put it. It works with all of their other properties that you might have played: Kids on Bikes, Kids on Brooms, Kids in Space, and now Junior Braves the Apocalypse survival guide. And most recently, people might have seen me doing wacky stuff, eating all sorts of crazy stuff, and talking about it on the various podcasts that I co-host with some friends. But working on Starlight comic book with Travis Webb, Brett Wadelli, and we have our editor David Mayer, as well as a cavalcade of other folks who have been helping us out, and all of our stargazers. We have issues number 1, which I just showed you, and we just finalized our issue number 2 Kickstarter, and we'll be moving forward into issue number 3. So all those things can be found on our through our Instagram and our Twitter account, and you can find us as we start to launch out on that next Kickstarter for that. But if you're looking at trying to find a copy of Junior Braves or number 1 or 2, or even this fine book, you can find it at any any comic book store. You can probably find it at a bookstore like Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, or even if you come down to the Retro Emporium, where my wife and I own, and you'll find me here on most weeknights and weekends. And I don't draw anything. I'm not an artist, but I will doodle you something amazing. It will be a doodle, and by doodle I mean it's better than a stick figure, but not quite art. I mean, it's something. It's going to be phenomenally something, and you're going to love it. And if you like the things that I've said so far, you can follow me and find me at Nerds from the Crypt podcast, where we talk about all sorts of fun horror movies and other things. And then at Funny Book Forensics, where my one of my best friends, Dan Shabbat, and I talk about all sorts of, we dig into the long box and talk about all of our fun comic book finds from when we were kids, and talk about it as adults, and kind of dive into the stories and figure out what it is that we missed and have picked up as adults, and look into comics from a different perspective. But yeah, I like to write comics, and I like to talk about it. So if you want to come on down, we can do that. That's all I got.
Well, thank you very much, Greg. That was terrific. Next up, we have Bill Morse. Bill, take it over.
Hi, I'm Bill Morse. I'm a illustrator and cartoonist out of Seattle, Washington. Right now, I'm mostly known for my webcomic rhapsodies. And currently, I got priced out of the convention scene for a while, mainly because I was focusing too much on the books. Right now, I'm focusing on smaller items, starting with animal stickers and merchandise based on sketches that I did from the zoo. And so you can see lots of better versions of this on my Redbubble page, which I am currently in the process of stocking up with as much images. So at the moment, what it consists of is these animal accessories, and also a series of fantasy art that I was doing with watercolors with cute fairies. And on a sideline, I also do watercolor landscapes. And so I've just started putting those out as art prints and postcards, which include pieces like this. But these are all on my Redbubble page, and I look forward to having more material in it as things come along.
Oh, you still have a little bit of time, Bill.
But if anybody would like to see my Redbubble page, my store, as I said, this is the strip so at the moment, lots of good things. The landscapes I mentioned. Oh, yes. So here's what's up at the moment. As I said, many of the animal pictures, as well as the fairies and the landscapes. And I'm currently very happy with them. And I will have many more put up as the weeks go by. And with any luck, once it's safe to go to an artist alley again, I will have plenty of stuff to put on my table.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bill.
No problem.
I'm still trying to get Roberta Gregory on. I think we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with her. I just resent her a link. In the meantime, I guess I'm the last one up, so let me do my spiel. Where is this? Okay, so I mainly do I don't even know how I got to that screen. So this is a deck of playing cards I did called Obscure Movie Monsters. There's one horror movie figure on each deck of the cards. This is one of the things that I like to do. Let me see if I can actually find the PDF for a book that I have. Oh, great. I'm messing up big time here. I'm going to stop that. Just do a screen to show this. I also have a nice little enamel pin of killer clowns. This is my book. I do cartoon movie reviews, and it's got taken from the top 200 movie reviews of all movies of all time. A bunch of movie reviews inside there. The link I was showing before, or let's see if I can find that again. I have a special where I am selling stickers. I'm doing 10 stickers for $10, or you can, here we go. I think I found it. Let me go do the screen share one more time. You know, I practiced this before, and of course, I completely messed it up. So. Let's see. Oh, I'm so screwing the pooch. Pardon me. There, maybe if I do it this way. What it is I'm sharing two screens, and I'm having technical difficulties with the second screen. I want to show the stickers. Okay. Here we go. So these, the top 10 stickers are 10 stickers for $10. This is way below my normal convention price, so I'm selling them as a gang unit. Or you can also add to that 3 magnets for $15 and get the whole kit and caboodle, as it were. So hopefully I will entice you in with a, you can see these and a lot of my other products, most of which are movie related. Like Anique Zimmer, I've done a number of posters for local theaters featuring different movies, everything from Squirm to The Shining. And that's pretty much my 5 minutes wasted. Everybody can take themselves off mute, and let's just have a general conversation about how well you think this went and what you would recommend that I do in the future. And we'll talk about that for 5 minutes.
Mark, could I, because you know I didn't use up much of my time, could I really quickly share my website page that actually serves as a store?
Yes, go right ahead.
All right, let me go get this thing up. And yes, we're having fun with this. Screen share, and here we go. So this is the brute here that I actually work on. It's no, not the, you see the bookstore is actually how this works. Hang on a second, it's being silly now, just like yours was. Here it is. It's the small store that I've got here, and hopefully I can actually go down through that. You can see it. I've actually today I spent the day making sure there were more working links in it, especially for Amazon. And it's got books, it's got t-shirts, face mask art. Because let's face it, this stuff is not going away for a while, and people want your characters on their faces. So that's, Zazzle does that. Zazzle has very nice face masks that you just load the art up on, and then they can print them out for you and send them, and t-shirts and all the rest of that. So this is my actual page there that I used as the jumping off point for everything. That's why everything's like this. It's actually a blog page, which means it's free. And because it's Blogger, I can put ads up because they make ad money too. So anyway, that was my little additional thing. Of my whole world is on donnabarr.com because I do so many different things. There's no use putting different names and everything else on it. It would just get confusing. And real quickly here, I just want to take you down real quick and show you what my author page looks like over on Amazon, if this will work. I hope. There you go. So over on Amazon, of course, and yes, I know I put books up on Amazon back when Amazon was a really better company, but that's where you end up, and there's always more things coming up. And by the way, I would also like to say that this has been a wonderful night watching everybody else's gorgeous work and gorgeous books, and you're all an inspiration.
Okay, Donna, stop doing your screen share. Okay, any last thoughts or recommendations on how I can improve Commission Con next time?
I do have a suggestion. Of course, none of us is going to commission each other unless perhaps you have some prose people who need some artists or something like that. But there is a, if you actually wanted to have like a convention floor where people can actually walk around in groups and go to different tables, there is a program that does it. I don't remember what it's called right now, but I can get the links to it. And so everybody can just come in the front door and walk around the convention floor. And so that way you're not sticking people all on one little screen like this. So you could have people assigned to certain areas on the floor, and then people could show up and talk to them. And the way it works is as you get farther or closer away from a group, the voices fade or come in just like on a real convention floor. So that if you were going to do this as a commission con, we all love Artist Alley before it opens in the morning, we're all swapping books and having fun, but we can't wait till that comes on, we can start selling. And like I said, I can't think of right off the top of my head, but I was introduced to this by somebody else, and it's still in the rough forms, but if we put one of these up, we could actually have a convention floor that you look at from the top, and then people can communicate with each other and fans.
That's pretty cool.
I'm hoping somebody, I bet you one of us could design a convention floor for it, because the place they've got now is a living room and a bar, and they have a swimming and recreation area, which would be kind of fun too. But we kind of need a convention floor where we could possibly, I don't know if it's even possible, a convention floor where you could put up books and things like that so people could look at them. I don't know how it all works, but because theirs looks pretty rough. It looks like they're getting off the ground, just like all these systems are looking very new, because you notice that Zoom and the others, they're not really flashy and slick yet. We're not talking about some gamer things, because this is all kind of new to all of us, but by next year it's going to be crazy. I'll get you those links. And maybe
Thank you, Don. I need to cut in because I want to wrap this up.
Yes, sorry, I just want to let you know that.
So a few quick spots. I host a weekly drawing group called Epic Sketch Time. It's not going to be picking up until after the Thanksgiving vacation, but if you were to go onto Facebook and look for Epic Sketch Time, you'll find a place to sign up in the About section, or just contact me directly. That's usually held on Tuesdays at 4:30. Most of the people that you've seen here, a good 50% of them, show up on a weekly basis to a thing called Freelance Fandango. Freelance Fandango is a Graphic Artists Guild sponsored event that happens on Monday from 11 to 1 o'clock Pacific time. You can find out about that event and other guild events through eventbrite.com. I want to thank everybody for being part of Convention Con. As soon as I have this thing edited up and going, I'll be emailing this out. Let's hope we all get some great feedback from it. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so
Thank you.
much.
It's so wonderful.
Thanks, Mark.